Our next guest needs no introduction whatsoever. He is Larry Kudlow, National Economic Council Director. Larry, I know you're there. Thanks for joining us again. I've got to start with the USMCA, the new NAFTA. It really doesn't look like it's going to get passed anytime soon in our Congress. And I think that's a big problem for the administration. It's a big problem for America. What can you do about it?
Well, look, I'm not so pessimistic. You're very bearish this morning, Stuart. So let's talk about this.
I've got every reason, Larry, every reason. I mean, a Congress that is consumed with impeachment, and it is consumed with impeachment. I don't see you can create a special lane to get USMCA through and ignore all the rest.
Well, let's hold back for a minute on the forecast. I mean, I talked to Bob Lighthizer, Ambassador Lighthizer, about this yesterday up in New York at the UN meetings, and he's holding out for some optimism. Look, I understand the impeachment thing is going to be a big thing, I guess. I'm not really sure. They're making inquiries. They haven't voted yet. We'll see how that plays out, okay? We'll see how that plays out. I mean, frankly, judging from the release of the letter, which explains a lot of good things, and all this second, third, and fourth-hand stuff from this alleged whistleblower, I don't know, okay? I'm going to leave that aside. What I will say, though, is you've still got, what, 50, 60 House Democratic members who came from Republican and Trump districts who understand the power of USMCA. And, in fact, to some extent, if they're going to think they're going to go off the ledge on some crazy idea of impeachment, which is doomed to failure, they might even be more inclined to do something constructive on the U.S., Canadian, Mexican trade deal. And it is a great deal. And as you and I have spoken, for economic growth in this country, it'll add 0.5 percentage point of GDP, maybe a couple of 100,000 jobs per year. And it, you know, domestic content protection, wage protection, IP theft protection, currency stability, all kinds of things, dairy farmers. It's a terrific deal. So I wouldn't be so fast to predict that.
Okay.
And we are still thinking sometime this autumn, Speaker Pelosi will give us a vote, and we have a very good chance of getting there. So I'm not going to write that off.
Okay. Update us, please, on China trade. I believe yesterday the president says we're getting a deal sooner than we think. Our own Christina Parts-Nevelis pushed back on that. I want to roll that tape, Larry, just for a moment. Roll Christina's tape, please.
Markets reacted positively after you spoke about China and that it would happen sooner rather than unexpectedly. Yet you have the foreign minister of China saying that they have no intention of, you know, unseating the United States, and yet they're investing heavily in infrastructure and military.
Not anymore, maybe.
But what is
and
different
maybe they
this
just
time?
say that, Christine.
What is different this time, though? The fact that you're saying it's progressing.
Oh, I just think it's progressing. I think they want to make a deal. They're losing their supply chain, you know.
Well, Larry, he just says he just thinks it's progressing. Can you give us an update on this?
Yeah, I can. I was just sitting a few seats away when all that transpired. Look, let me add this point. As you may know, Stuart, in recent days, just recent days, China is in the commodity markets buying a huge volume of soybeans. I think their soybean imports in the United States have now increased by over 80% against last year. And furthermore, they're looking to buy large amounts of pork to cover their domestic problems there. So I would say that mood music, if you will, is very positive going into the negotiations. Now, the principals, Secretary Mnuchin, Ambassador Lighthizer, will meet the week after next with the China team, Liu He, Vice Premier Liu He. The deputies meeting was fine. It was constructive. It set out an agenda. I would say, if anything, the mood music on China, especially now that China's coming into the commodity markets, I'm told soybean prices have been bid up a bit. This is a very, very good beginning. We haven't seen this kind of thing. So, again, let's not project. What President Trump was trying to say is, I think he's said this consistently, if it is a good deal for the United States, after all, the president is protecting and defending our economy against a number of unfair trading practices that we can discuss. If it's a good deal, he would make a good deal. And his own hunch his own hunches, because of the deterioration in China's economy, they may be much more willing now to come to the negotiating table and deal with IP theft and tariff barriers and forced transfers of technology and all the rest. Now, having said that, Stuart, I know you're dying to ask me about the Japanese trade deal, which is so very important.
You telling me which question to ask? Okay,
I would
I'll
never
ask it.
do that. I would never do that. Never.
Okay, here's the question. You got a trade deal with Japan. Does it have to be ratified by Congress?
It does not, actually.
Right.
Under Trade Promotion Authority, it does not require ratification, and we do, the executive branch has the authority to change tariffs.
What about
Look,
with China?
The same would apply to the Chinese deal. The Chinese deal is a so-called 301 action, so that would not require congressional approval.
What about with the Brits? I'm sorry to keep interrupting you, Larry, but the Brits.
I love the Brits. Before I get to my love for the Brits, I just have to say to you, on this Japanese deal, if we can just pause for a minute, these negotiations started a year ago. I was in the room with Prime Minister Abe and President Trump a year ago in 2018 at the UN. I was in the room yesterday when the deal was finalized. It's a first agreement. It covers a lot of important stuff. Over 90% of Japanese markets for U.S. agriculture exports will be opened. 90%. We've never had that. Down through the years, it's always been a sticking point. In return for that, we are going to open up a lot of our industrial commodity markets, excluding the auto issue. We're going to open it up to Japan. And maybe most importantly, and here's a sleeper, digital services will be open. E-commerce will be open. Japan is opening up their digital service market for the first time. And this, by the way, you got to give Lighthizer a lot of credit here. This is exactly the same idea as in USMCA, where digital services and IP were put into that agreement. So it's become a template. This affords enormous opportunities for U.S. techie type companies. So this is a big winner, and I'm so grateful you asked me about Japan.
You know how to direct a TV interview, Larry, since you've done so many of them. But look, I do want to talk to you about the growth rate of our economy this year. You've been a frequent guest on the program, a very valuable guest, and you've often said, in fact, you've said almost every time you've been on the show, that you're looking for 3% growth in the calendar year 2019. Now, we got news this morning that the second quarter, we're only growing at 2%. To get to 3% for the whole year means an enormous growth rate in the third and fourth quarter, something like 4.5%, 5%. Will you now accept that we're not going to get to 3% growth in 2019?
Well, I'm not giving up the flag. By the way, if you measure these things from year end to year end, so-called fourth over fourth, we may still be hanging in there. Look, Stu, you're quite right about the first quarter was, what, 3.0, second quarter 2.0. Third quarter is going to be better than the second quarter, Stuart, which is something we've talked about before. And I think the fourth quarter, similarly. Here's just a thought. Now, the president did mention this at his presser yesterday. We're seeing a big move up now, a big revival of the housing sector, okay? New home starts, big up number in July and especially August. New and existing home sales, new sales came out yesterday, big move up in July and August. I noticed this morning pending home sales. Big move up. I mean, lower interest rates and strong jobs and wages are helping to boost this vital sector. And we had good news on the PMI manufacturing number. So actually what I'm saying, I think we're in a turning zone up. And whatever number you give me in terms of the second half of the year, with the greatest respect, love, affection, and all the rest, I'm taking the over.
That's the money quote, and we'll use it. Larry Kudlow, next time you better interview me. I think it'd work better that way around. Larry, thank you for joining us, sir. We
appreciate
it.
Thank you, Stu.
As
appreciate
always,
it.
sir.